maybe you was calling yourselves names or speaking ill about yourselves in terms of like, oh, I'm crazy, I'm not right, I'm not normal, so on and so forth. Baby, no, there's nothing great about being normal. Okay. Respectfully, who the fuck wants to be? Let me close my mouth. Anyway. Some of you are waking up to your soul's blueprints and understanding how unique and rare your soul actually is. It's giving angelic, it's giving angel soul, it's giving otherworldly, okay? Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of unique souls that reside here on this planet, okay? This realm of existence. However, there are a few souls that are incredibly rare, okay? That walk among us. And you, my darling, are one of them. There's something here about a revelation being presented to you at this time. You may be going through a series of awakenings, which means there are certain events that are taking place in your life currently to help wake you up, in the sense of showing you that not everything is what it seems, and that there is a lot more that is happening energetically as opposed to physically. So there's a lot more that you're needing to see with your inner eye as opposed to your physical eyes, okay? There's also something here about your spiritual and psychic abilities coming online for some of you. Some of you have been turned on of recently, and you're noticing that you're having a lot of like psychic surges. So you're seeing premonitions, you're seeing things that are going to happen, and then a few hours later you might see them happen, or you might be getting predictions right, or you may be touching people and you're able to read certain situations, and then those situations come to light. There's something here about a psychic surge, okay? And this could be to do with a lot of the energy that has been literally bombarding the planet right now to help a lot of us in our awakening ascensions, okay? To get the planet to where it needs to be in order for things to shift and change. All right, but what I am seeing is that some of you, your clear audience is coming online. So some of you are noticing that your name is being called a lot more, or you're hearing things a lot clearer. It's almost like having I'm hearing like a gamer's headset on. You can hear inside the headset, but once you take the headset off, you can't hear anything unless you've got that headset on. It's almost as if you've got your spiritual headset on. So it's like you can hear your guides and the higher being speaking to you very, 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 very clear as day, okay? There's also something here about you working with higher dimensional beings too, okay? I'm hearing the Octorians. Some of you have been working with the Octorians for healing, okay? Some of you may have gone through, I'm hearing something about a hospital bill. So some of you may have been going through something which may have hospitalized you or someone close to you, okay? But the Octorians have been coming in to help you. Also, I'm hearing that some of you that have had major accidents that have caused you to be hospitalized, this is basically one of your awakenings. This is a catastrophic event in order for you to wake up, okay? There's something here about you having to activate an out-of-body experience in order for these gifts and abilities to come into your physical body and be integrated, okay? So some of you may notice that some of these abilities have happened after certain incidents, accidents. I'm hearing someone hitting their head. I'm hearing someone breaking a leg or something and passing out or something like that. I'm also seeing someone being pushed out of their body. So I don't know if there was a situation where you was in a state of shock, like a panic attack, and you like the panic, the mere panic, the whole the situation of you being so panicked, it literally panicked you out of your body, if that makes sense, okay? It's kind of what I'm hearing, okay? So there's something here about being willing to forgive yourself. I said forgive yourself. I meant to say be willing to forgive, okay? And there's another card behind that, and I'll look at it in a minute. Be willing to forgive, but there's something here about forgiving yourself. Some of you have been beating yourself up and like calling yourselves something about you referring to yourself as like a fraudster, or some of you have been experiencing imposter syndrome when it comes to like wanting to take on certain tasks and things like that, especially when it comes to the spiritual realm. I feel like I'm speaking to people who are very much like within the spiritual community, whether you class yourself part of that community or not. there's something you're wanting to do in this realm, in this community, and some of you are feeling like imposters when it comes to that, because maybe you feel like you are not well developed like maybe some of your peers or some of the people you look up to. But it's neither here or there. You have an ability and it's come online at this particular time, or you are ready to step into this role at this particular time for a reason. You are actually being pushed by your guides in order to step into, I'm hearing like the spotlight, or the spotlight of your community, because there are certain people that you need to help. For those of you that are rare souls, especially for those of you that don't realize that you are high level sort of ascended masters in your own right, white, yellow butterflies could be significant as well, because there's one flying around. So you're going through a state of transformation right now, okay? And it's funny because it's stuck under my roof and it was trying to find its way out. So it's kind of like you're in a space where you're trying to find your way. You're trying to find your way within a community. You're trying to find a strategy that works best for you, and you will find it because it literally just let itself out, okay? So, and this is another thing. You have to remember, everything happens for a reason. So when certain things around you happen, it's not by coincidence. It's actually that things are happening exactly the way they're supposed to. And if you can decipher the subtle signs and synchronicities in them, then you're golden. Do you understand? So there's something here about forgiving yourself for either feeling like an imposter, or feeling like a fraudster, or belittling yourself while your gifts are coming online. Maybe you was calling yourselves names or speaking ill about yourselves in terms of like, oh, I'm crazy, I'm not right, I'm not normal, so on and so forth. Baby, no, there's nothing great about being normal. Okay? Respectfully, who the fuck wants to be? Let me close my mouth. Anyway, third eye is significant. So there's something here about your pineal glands opening up. I'm seeing like the crystals, because so with the pineal gland, they have little crystals that vibrate, right? And when they vibrate, they can actually connect to certain send off signals to certain like different like dimensions and spaces and stuff like that, for you to be able to communicate on a higher frequency, okay? So there's something here about you opening up your third eye, okay? There's something here about it coming online, like you're seeing things more clearly, all right? Telekinesis is also something significant. Pyrokinesis, okay? Being able to, but some of you are not even doing it with your hands. I know telekinesis is quite popular with like hand movements, but I'm seeing that you're actually doing this with your mind, okay? It's given Professor X, Xavier, okay? There's something here about you're going to be seeing things from a higher perspective, but you're also going to be seeing things from a higher perspective because of the premonitions that you have been having. And you're going to be seeing yourself from a higher perspective, okay? There's something here about you being in a space of where you was either belittling yourself or not giving yourself the grace that you needed because you are experiencing all of these things, okay? Some of you were probably scared because of the things that you are able to do. Baby, don't be scared, okay? Yeah, we've naturally all of the things that I'm talking about, all of us have the ability to do. It's just that some people are more fine-tuned to it, and other people it's more dormant in them. For you, it's more exposed, meaning that it's come online at this particular time. Some of you have had these gifts from birth. Some of you are coming online now. Some of you are about to come online, okay? So it's not to say that, you know, that you're crazy or whatever. No, we all have these gifts and abilities. All of us have the ability to do telekinesis. All of us have the ability to remote view. All of us have the ability to be able to read and decipher energetic signs, signals and synchronicities. It's just whether it's dormant within you and whether you have the belief to know that you can actually do it, okay? So you're not crazy, you're not stupid, you're not going doolally, okay? There's nothing here about you being in a space where it's like, all right, you're going into a space of psychosis. No, what you're seeing is real and you need to trust that, okay? I'm also hearing that maybe you need to speak to a trusted advisor in your spiritual community or get some kind of guidance, whoever you're guided to. I'm hearing that spirit will guide you to the right, I'm hearing spiritual advisee, human advisee that is best suited for you. But there is something here about you being in a space of not belittling yourself no more and trusting that these abilities that you are experiencing are real, and that just because your peers that are around you don't experience the same thing in the same capacity as you doesn't mean that something is wrong with you. It means everything is right with you. It means that you are now tapping in to the ancient way of how we used to live and how we used to be, okay? Because these things were once something that was seen as a normality. Like, it's not alien, okay? So there's something here about asking for help. So I'm also hearing that with those of you that have abilities coming online, You need to be checking in with your spirit team and asking for help. Okay, maybe some of you are getting an influx of like downloads and energy surges and psychic surges, and you need to ask for help. Okay, there's also something here about like a sore throat and you not being able to speak. Okay, there's something here about you now developing like a double tone when it comes to your voice. So sometimes you might notice that you're speaking to someone or you're speaking in general and your voice tone changes, goes to like a higher octave. I felt like my voice just did that. Did you not hear that? Did you not hear that? I feel like my voice was trying to do its shit. Anyway, like your voice will either go to a higher octave or a deeper octave, something like that. So there's something here about like your voice being fine-tuned, but there's something here about codes being integrated into the natural way of how you speak, and that's supposed to activate people. So this could be via singing, this could be via you becoming a speaker, whatever way that is. Helicopter for confirmation. Okay, so there's also something here about like something about, I don't know, I'm also getting like top secret information. So you could be doing research on psychic abilities, or this is the path that you've gone into. Okay, you may be looking up certain documents, or you've come across certain documents, and so on and so forth. Okay, I'm also hearing for some of you, you may have been approached by certain organizations because of your abilities. Okay, I don't know if that's a message I should get into. All right, I'm gonna leave that there for now. I might need to do a separate message for that. So yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. But you're needing to ask your spirit team for help and assistance if the information is coming in too much, because I'm hearing some of you can't sleep. It's like you're sleeping during the day but you can't sleep at night, and sometimes even during the day you're up because the downloads are coming in like that, like your third eye is open, it's cracked wide open. So what you need to do, and the reason why this is happening, is because your spirit team source is trying to get you to establish a very strong, solid connection with them. So what they want you to do is they want you to call them in. They want you to be like, look, this is a bit too much, can you tone it down? Can you only communicate with me through between the hours of such and such and such and such? Because just because you're getting this information doesn't mean that you're not able to lay down boundaries and lay down law. Okay, so if it's too much for you, you can actually say to them, look, this is too much, dial it down. Okay, just because you cannot see them don't mean that they're listening, they can hear you. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm getting at the minute. Clear yourself. Okay, cool. So some of you have become increasingly sensitive. So what I'm needing you to do is you need to go and do some kind of cleanse or detox. Also, detox symptoms was coming to me before I even press play on the camera. So there's something here about detox symptoms. So some of you could be going through detox at the moment, where you're cleansing your body of all like kind of impurities and things like that. Some of you could be doing like parasite cleanses. Some of you could be in a space of changing up your diet, changing up your eating, cutting out like processed foods or foods that you know don't necessarily benefit your vessel. I'm also hearing food map. So like you basically running your like logging your eating to see what foods resonate with your body and what foods don't, is kind of what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm also picking up someone as a chef, or some of you are chefs, or some of you I'm also getting pastry chef as well. Sushi chef, that's a mouthful. Okay, something about raw fishes, raw foods. Okay, there's something here about there is going to be a shift in your digestive system, and this may have an effect with your career as a whole. So if you are someone who is a chef and you know like it's your job to cook certain foods, and these are the foods that you eat and you taste test, there's going to be a shift with that, and that might cause a little bit of a ruckus, because it's like, shit, you can't even eat that no more. Like, I'm getting an example that maybe you wasn't allergic to like shellfish, but now all of a sudden you're allergic to shellfish, you can't even touch the shit. Do you get it? So it's like you're having to adapt, but that's because you're going up in frequency, and you're needing to clear your energy as well, because I feel like for those of you that are in industry that are high pace, high tempo, high demanding, commanding, and very competitive, you're taking on a lot of energy right now, and it's starting to affect you because your energy, you're becoming increasingly sensitive. Okay, so you need to clear your energy. Also, I'm hearing in certain family dynamics where people are bombarding you with their shit and you are becoming like the emotional trash can. You need to empty out that trash and you need to distance yourself in whatever way seems fit. I'm seeing that some of you need to I need to slow the fuck down because I can feel this energy is coming in so fast, yeah? Like, my mouth's like, bro, we can't keep up. Slow it down for me, please. Okay? Some of you need to take vacations, and there is going to be a vacation that pops up out of nowhere for you. Like, some of you are going to be going on all inclusive and exclusive trips. Someone's offering to take you away. Someone's offering to pay for a trip for you. Some of you are going to be having trips just coming out of the blue where someone's got a spare ticket and they're like, well, someone pulled out. Do you want to come instead? I can change your name. You ain't got to pay for nothing. I just don't want, the money to go to waste. It's literally going to be rapid. So I'm hearing in the next 5 to 7 weeks, okay, that's going to be happening. The numbers 5 and 7. Someone could be born on the 5th, be born in May, or born on the 7th, born in July. Okay, yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's something about that, because you going on holiday, there's something about a reset. So it's like almost anytime you travel is basically you doing a timeline jump. Do you ever notice that when you go on holiday and then you come back, you don't come back as the same person as you was before? You either come back better or things kind of go to shit and then you level up in some type of way. Yeah, your timeline shifting. Air portals, planes of existence. Like, do we need to go there? Okay, because we can go there. Okay, cool. Anyway, you're basically timeline shifting, timeline jumping, okay? So whenever you're taking a plane, you're going to a different plane of existence, okay? You're moving through an energetic pool transfer, okay? So there's also something here about you unintentionally and unawarely, I don't even know if that's a word, but it's part of the Seraphical dictionary now, unawarely doing grid work meaning that your energy is so potent, you have certain codes embedded within your energy bodies that when you go to certain places and locations, you activate those places and locations, okay? So where like people say, oh, like, I need you here. Yeah, literally, like, you're needed there, okay? Because there's certain codes that are in your energy field that are connected to these places that need to be activated, and activated in a sense that there needs to be more high vibrational energy that needs to be like surged into that part of the place that you're country, island that you're going to, or even just in a space of just like the people there. You could even be activating certain people there, like you'll go there and you'll literally shift someone's timeline altogether just because of your energy alone, okay? That's something I've experienced, something I've gone through, so I know what I'm talking about. So there's also that as well. Also, there's something here about vacuuming fear away, because that's the card I just saw, okay? There's something here about vacuuming away fear, because some of you are moving into spaces where you are going to have a lot of opportunities that are coming for you, and you have to be brave, okay? That's what I'm hearing. Be brave, okay? Someone's also noticing a shift of their eyes. Their eyes are changing color, okay? And some people are finding this weird. Like, some people are asking if you've done some kind of operation to your eyes, which you haven't. It's just that when you tend to change frequency and you go like, you integrate more energy into like your soul's essence, certain things about your physical features will start to change. And this could also be due to you doing a lot of, I'm also hearing OBEs, out of body experiences, astral travel, lucid dreaming. Certain features that you have are starting to shift and change because more of your soul essence is coming into your body. So you'll notice that your eye colors might start changing or might start shifting. The shape of your eyes might start to change. Your complexion might get darker or might get lighter. Your hair might thicken or might thin a little bit, or also something about someone's hair color changing. And I don't mean like in the usual way where it's like, from black to gray. It's almost like as if it's going from brown to black, or like blonde to brown, or something like that. Something like a substantial difference in someone's features, okay? And that's also because you're in a space where it's like you're shifting, you're integrating more energy, all right? Some of you, your soul family members are going to start coming in as well, if they haven't already. That's also what I'm getting. Cut cords. There's something here about you cutting cords with certain people in your life. As you start to vibrationally align and ascend, there are certain people who don't also vibrationally align and ascend with you. And you have to be willing to cut the cords. There's something here about working with the energy and vibration of Archangel Michael, because you've got that card here, okay? So there's something here about you cutting cords with certain people. And I'm also hearing that when it comes to love connections, okay, some of you be talking too damn much. Let me go back. Some of you be talking too much in the sense of, if some of you are in the space of dating and you're wanting to have a new partner, okay? Some of you are meeting new people. I'm hearing like social media apps, dating apps, all of those kind of things, okay? Some of you are meeting people and then you're quick to go and tell like your friends, family, whether they're close or not, that you've met this person, and you're giving them every little detail about what's going on between you and this person, which is not giving it the personal and private space to flourish, the energy to flourish between you and that person, because you're allowing outside influences, outside energies to have an opinion before anything even gets off the ground, which is why you're not having success in dating. That's why you're not having success in dating, okay? Because you're talking too much. You're talking too much. So you need to be quiet. Okay? You need to be quiet. So cut cords. I guarantee that whoever you may be connecting to, or whoever you connect to next, if you keep it quiet, you will notice that something will start to flourish between you and this person, whoever you're investing time into or trying to date or trying to get to know. Because you're not letting all these other energetic influences inside of what you've got going on. Because the truth of the matter is that some of these people around you do not have your best interests at heart. Okay? They don't necessarily want to see you happy. Okay? They want to sponge off of you. Now, also with the cord cutting, I'm getting that you are in a space where, because you are experiencing all of these new things about yourself, like you literally are like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, okay? Some of these people are not going to understand, and some of you have probably noticed this already. Like, you've gone and said, look, I'm actually going through this, and this is what's happening. Like, I'm hearing voices, I'm seeing things, so on and so forth. And people have said to you, you need to go and get like a health check, okay? Now, again, I am a healthcare professional. If you are noticing that, you know, you're experiencing certain things and so forth, and you feel like they are medically related, go ahead. But this message is very clear. Spirit is showing you that this is not anything that is medically related. You are going through an ascension, and you are able to do certain things that society has kind of suppressed and said that humanity don't have the ability to do. Okay? You can do these things, right? So cut destructive patterns as well, okay? So some of you are drinking. I'm also hearing that some of you are going to be in a space where you're going to give up alcohol if you are someone who is a drinker, or the alcohol that you're drinking is going to start making you sick. I'm almost seeing that your spirit team are literally in your space and they're causing you to purge. Like, purge to the point that even if you try to have it, you're going to be sick. It's going to make you sick, okay? That's kind of what I'm seeing. It's going to make you sick. So all past attachments as well, anything from the past that you notice is coming into your space, you need to kind of get rid of. It's kind of what I'm feeling too. You have a certain job mission that's about to be activated on this planet. Sorry, hold on, let me just get that card. Yeah, you have a certain mission that's on this planet that you have that is about to be activated. And for some of you, it's to do with the environment. Some of you, it's to do with like trees and nature and things like that. You've got connecting with fairies. So some of you could be in a space where you are actually naturally connecting with fairies now. You've noticed that you're seeing like their presence like in your garden or in your your local natural reserve. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Or your local park or ecological park or wherever. But you're noticing certain things, okay? And there's something here about, while you're working with them, there's something here about you opening up your heart chakra. There's answers that you are wanting to receive, and you'll only receive them by being able to open up your heart chakra, okay? And being able to tap into this space. So there's going to be a lot of things where you're going to be needing to work on your heart space, like meditation, journaling, chanting, breath work, yoga exercises and poses that help to open up your chest space, stretches, even forms of movement, qigong, tai chi, martial arts could also be significant as well, okay? It's kind of what I'm seeing. But there's also something here about, some of you have the pre-notion, that's the word I'm hearing, that you feel like because you are spiritual, it means that you can't have a healthy relationship. Ooh. 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 Which is could be the furthest from the truth. You feel like because of the things that you can do now in terms of your spiritual abilities and so on and so forth, you cannot have a relationship because you have this spiritual essence that you feel like a lot of people are not gonna understand. And little do you know, you actually have someone who's lined up who is exactly like you. Maybe not down to like the T, but they also have access to a spiritual nature too. So you need to work on that belief system, because it's not true. It's a complete and utter lie. Okay, I'm gonna get a couple more and then I'm gonna wrap it up. Speedboats. Speedboats are significant. Remember when I said vacuum away fear and I saw it earlier? It popped up again. So some of you have fear around getting into relationships because of your abilities. But you have to understand, you have this goddess energy, okay? You are a goddess, God in your own right. And you literally attract people. So you may be someone who has a lot of people who lust after you, or you find that people are attracted to you. Like, they might like... Okay. You may notice that some people like the idea of you, but the reality of you is like, damn, that's a lot of work, okay? You have someone coming in, or you have people coming in who don't see you as too much, who are literally like, you know what, I love the idea and the reality of who you are, of this person, okay? So you don't have to worry about that. You need to shift your mindset, because right now your mindset and your belief system is what's pushing this person away, or is what's pushing these people away, which is why you are not connecting in the way that you want to connect with people, or why you are not experiencing the romantic love that you want to experience, or why you're not experiencing the opportunities that you would like to experience, because you have this pre-notion in your mind that you can't have it because of what you can do, and that because you feel like, you know, certain things that you do energetically or physically is hindering you from human connection, which is furthest from the truth, okay? So you need to be in a space where you're moving from a space of integrity, okay? And you could also be in a space of activating a law of attraction, and also I'm also hearing the law of assumption, okay? Whatever you assume, you are right, okay? So that's your reading. I hope that resonates, okay? I hope that resonates. And I hope you take on the guidance that Spirit is telling you. Sending you loads of love. See you next video. Love ya. Bye.